Right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Ringside with Ryan. I'm here with my guy, Ryan, who is our walking WWE encyclopedia. Ryan, how you feeling this week, man?
I'm feeling good. I'm excited to talk about this week's episode of Ringside with Ryan. We had a lot of stuff happen. We had interference matches. We had a lot of stuff happen, and I'm so ready to talk about it.
Man, it was a crazy week on Raw and SmackDown this week. Like you said, Ryan, there were some massive twists on Raw, and SmackDown really just set up some really cool storylines. Ryan, you ready to jump in?
Absolutely.
All right, man. So, hey, Ryan, let's start with Monday Night Raw. Let's get into a couple of like the 2 to 3 biggest highlights from this past week. Ryan, number one, I want to talk to you about Logan Paul dropping CM Punk and how he aligns with Heyman. This was really just a crazy story. CM Punk promised to be a fighting champ and he got fought. Logan Paul teased helping Punk, then blasted him with brass knuckles and basically just lined up with Heyman's crew. Ryan, what do you think about all this?
I was in shock when I saw when Logan Paul challenged CM Punk for the title, and then the vision came, and then at the end of the night, Paul was trying to figure out if he wanted to help CM Punk or just leave him, but he chose to kind of help him. So he ended up got the brass knuckles and ended up probably giving CM Punk a concussion, a tooth knockout, and he's probably going to be out for like a week from that hit. And I kind of have a prediction for Survivor Series War Games. I think it's going to be Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Cody Rhodes, and our tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Whoa.
That's my prediction
Oh
for
my
War
gosh.
Games.
Man, you went like right to it, Ryan, with the crazy prediction. Kind of already answered my second question for you. Later on in Raw, we saw Punk and Jay take on Breaker and Reed, and it just ended in complete chaos. Punk teamed up with Jey Uso against Breaker and Reed with this double count out brawl. There was like a chair standoff. It was just nuts. Anything else? Any other thoughts from you on that match, Ryan?
No, not really. I was just really in shock. I just made my prediction for Survivor Series because it's just down the road. We're just a few weeks from it, so we're getting really close. So that's my
Yeah.
prediction for the men's War Games match.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. Ryan dropped the first prediction, so we'll have to see what plays out. Ryan, I did want to ask you about one more thing on Monday Night Raw. It was some tension between Rey and Dominik kind of heating up. We saw Rey Mysterio cut off, Dom's king of the luchador talk, and it kind of seems like there's some father versus son tension brewing again. Are we heading into like another Rey versus Dom blow up, or what do you think's going on between the two?
I feel like we are. And here's another Survivor Series prediction. It's
Oh,
going to be father versus son for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominik Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. And my prediction, Rey Mysterio is going to become the Intercontinental Championship.
whoa. That's a bold one, Ryan. I don't know, man. I could see it happening, but wow, that would be a big move and a big story update. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. All right, man. Ryan, let's hop over to SmackDown. Let's walk through, 2 or 3 big events from SmackDown just a couple days ago. We're recording this on Sunday, November 9th. So, SmackDown was just, less than 48 hours ago. We saw some crazy stuff on SmackDown. We saw Aleister Black target, Cody Rhodes. We saw Drew get suspended. We saw Damian Priest return. Like, what is your thoughts on all this? This was just a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on all at once.
Just chaos. It was just really crazy that night. Nick Aldis was probably having a really hard night. So I think at the start of the night on SmackDown this week, I feel like Cody's going to come out and call Drew call out Drew McIntyre and Aleister Black. Then Aleister Black and Drew McIntyre are gonna end up like 2-on-1 fight with Cody. Then Damian's gonna come out and help Cody. Then in the main event, it's gonna be Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre and Aleister Black.
Whoa. Okay. All right, man. You are just full of predictions today, which, I mean, this kind of leads me into the second highlight I wanted to get your thoughts on. Ryan, we have a new women's U.S. champ. What is her name, Ryan?
Jade Cargill.
What about Chelsea Green being in the mix here? What do you think's going on with that?
So, Ethan Page from NXT, they became the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions. So, they might be wrestling partners. And we have a 2-time Women's United States Champion. So, that's just that. And I pledge of allegiance to Chelsea Green.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what side you would take there. Yeah, it kind of seemed like she stole one here. Chelsea's kind of one of those polarizing characters. She's either loved or hated, but she definitely puts on a good show. What do you think's next for Chelsea? Any predictions for who might come at Chelsea next?
I feel like Mia Chin has been chasing that title for so long. And I'm going to have another Survivor Series prediction. It's going to be Chelsea Green versus Mia Chin for the Women's United States Championship. And I'm going to say Mia Chin gets the W.
Whoa, okay. All right, man. I'm taking note of all these predictions here. We're going to have to circle back around and see, which ones you got right. It'll be interesting. All right, Ryan. I'm going to give you just kind of the hot seat here. Any other updates from this past week from let's just say the WWE universe in general that you want to share with our listeners? Anything exciting came up that, maybe came up that you're looking forward to, or what haven't we hit so far from either Raw or SmackDown? Anything else you want to talk about?
No, not really. But I do want to talk about the matches that are happening this week on Raw and SmackDown. Let's start with Raw first. We have the Women's Tag Team Champions on the line, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. And on SmackDown, we actually saw Asuka missed Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair at the same time. So I'm excited for that match. Next on Raw, we have the Women's World Championship on the line against Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez. And my prediction for that is I'm going to hit a big one. I feel like Liv Morgan's going to come back in that match.
Okay.
And we also start the Last Time Is Now tournament to decide John Cena's last opponent in his last match. In one match, we have Damian Priest and Rusev, and that's gonna be a good match. The next match, we have Sheamus and Shinsuke Nakamura, and we all know that one's gonna be a banger.
For
so
sure.
Going to SmackDown, we have Jade Cargill, our new women's champion, versus B-Fab. And obviously, I think Jade Cargill is going to get that win.
Me too.
And we also have 2 more Last Time Is Now tournament matches between Jey Uso, Yeet, and The Miz. And I'm excited for this one. It'll be LA Knight versus a mystery opponent, which Nick Aldis wanted to announce this week on Friday Night SmackDown. So, do you have any predictions what that might be?
Man, I don't know. That one's interesting. I'm trying to think of everybody that, LA Knight's kind of beefing with right now. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? I don't really know.
My top 3. Number 3, I think Brock Lesnar.
Whoa. Okay.
Hang on. Instead of putting Roman Reigns in the Survivor Series match for my prediction, I'm going to replace LA Knight with that, and it will be Brock Lesnar and LA Knight in that match on their team, the separate teams. And second, I'm going to go someone from AEW. I'm going Dean Ambrose is going to make his return.
Whoa. Okay. We haven't seen him in a while.
And number 1, this is another one from AEW. I thinking either Chris Jericho or Edge.
Okay. That's some pretty specific predictions there, Ryan. Gonna be interesting to see how those play out. You know, we're kind of getting to end here of wrapping this week's episode for Ringside with Ryan. Before we wrap up, anything else you want to leave with our listeners before we call it a show?
Make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below who do you think's going to be John Cena's last opponent in Saturday night's main event in Washington, D.C. No other place for the greatest of all time's last match. And also go check out our merch. We have lots of merch on our store. We'll put a link down in the comments, and just keep watching our videos.
Absolutely. We appreciate everyone out there that like, subscribe, comment, that watch our content. We really appreciate it. I think that is a wrap for this week's episode. And until next time, we'll see y'all ringside.